This universe is not just a stage. Every moment, every encounter, every emotion follows a law. We live within that flow, and now we begin to uncover its truth together. Welcome to the law of the universe, where your consciousness begins to awaken. On the right mindset and the nature of true prosperity. Money flows. It comes and goes, circulates, and returns to us when the time is right. But simply desiring money does not bring it. The movement of money follows a natural law, and we must understand this law correctly. In the past, during times of hardship, people worked together to survive. They saved diligently, supported one another, and built a foundation for society. But that era has passed. Now, most people have secured their place, built their homes, and established systems for daily life. It is no longer a time for blind expansion or striving simply to accumulate more. So how should we live going forward? The most crucial factor is the quality of our thoughts. In other words, our mindset. Living just to survive is a sign of a low-level mindset. Like animals hunting prey, people who live merely to earn money and feed themselves are stuck in a survival mentality. A low-level mindset leads to a difficult life because it consumes all energy just to meet basic needs. But humans are not mere animals. We possess consciousness, intellect, creativity, and compassion. Some people till the soil to survive. Others use their talents to create value, while some guide and comfort others through words and wisdom. What matters most is not just what we do, but why we do it, and with what attitude. Those with a higher level of thinking don't just work for money. They engage in intellectual, meaningful, and public-minded endeavors. Even when they receive no compensation, those who act for the good of others are, in truth, supported by a greater power, the natural law. If you spend your time and resources genuinely for others, the universe ensures you are sustained, often with returns tenfold or more. Why does it return tenfold? Because the effort was righteous, and your actions aligned with the natural law. When a person acts with integrity and compassion, life entrusts them with greater tools, greater influence, and broader responsibilities. With abundance comes generosity of heart. People with elevated mindsets treat others with dignity and kindness. They engage in meaningful work, mentoring, guiding, and influencing society positively. Though such work may not be seen as labor, it is of great importance. These individuals often do the work of leaders, teachers, and public servants, without titles or salaries. And yet, nature provides for them, not through governments or institutions, but through unseen guidance and opportunity. This is the work of the universe, of divine intelligence, of what some may call God. If a person is still poor or struggling today, it is not because the world is unfair. It is because their mindset remains in survival mode. Those who live only to earn a living will only receive survival-level tools. But those who think about serving others, about uplifting their nation or community, are naturally led to people and opportunities that resonate with their purpose. People with elevated mindsets are not lazy, they are simply waiting for the right task. While they may not be working in the traditional sense, nature still sustains them generously. They are on standby, and when the right opportunity comes, aligned with their purpose, they respond fully. Conversely, giving large sums of money to someone with a low-level mindset can be destructive. Without the maturity to use that wealth wisely, it often leads to indulgence, corruption, or ruin. Money must match a person's level of consciousness. Anything beyond that becomes poison. True prosperity, then, is not merely financial gain. It is the fruit of having cultivated a wise, generous, and upright mind. If I grow in virtue, my children will witness it. They too will be guided, not by my words, but by my example. A parent who lives righteously becomes a living lesson for their children. In summary, life does not improve simply through effort. It improves when we elevate our mindset. As we raise the quality of our thoughts and actions, the universe responds, bringing us abundance, opportunity, and peace. This is the law of nature. This is the path of truth. And why money doesn't come when you chase it. Script summary. We often chase money believing it will solve our problems. But money doesn't come just because we want it. It flows naturally, to people who are ready to use it for the right purpose. If we live only to survive, we struggle endlessly. But when we grow our mindset and live for something greater than ourselves, whether to guide, help, or serve others, life supports us. Money spent with pure intentions comes back multiplied. The universe entrusts more to those who act with wisdom. True prosperity isn't about earning more. It's about becoming more. Master CHEON Gong's teachings on money and life. A simplified summary. 1. Money flows. It comes and goes. You can't force money to come by chasing it. Like the wind, it moves naturally. What matters is preparing your mindset in life so that money flows to you when the time is right. 2. A low mindset leads to a hard life. If your only goal is to survive, to make money just to eat and live, then your life will always be full of struggle. This is no different from how animals live. People who think this way end up working hard their whole lives, yet they never feel free. 3. When your thoughts grow, your life becomes easier. Humans aren't just laborers. We are thinkers, creators, and guides. Some people live by comforting others, sharing knowledge, or working for the greater good. When you live with a higher purpose, the universe takes care of your needs. You may not earn money in the traditional way, but somehow, what you need always comes to you. 4. Money returns when it is used for good. If you spend money to help others or to do meaningful work, it always comes back, often multiplied. Why? Because you used it righteously. When you act with integrity, life gives you more resources and opportunities to do even greater things. 5. People with high-level thinking do the most important work. They may not dig ditches or do hard labor, but they heal, lead, and inspire. They may not be paid by the government or a company, but they're doing the work of true leaders. And even without a paycheck, the universe supports them fully. 6. Money in the hands of an unprepared mind becomes poison. If someone with a selfish or immature mindset suddenly gets a lot of money, it often leads to laziness, indulgence, or destruction. Money must match a person's level of consciousness. Otherwise, it causes harm instead of good. 7. True abundance comes from inner growth. When you grow in your mindset, when you live with purpose and care for others, your life becomes richer. Your children learn from your example. Your needs are met. And everything starts to fall into place. Final message: don't chase money. Instead, grow yourself. Raise your thoughts. Live rightly. Then what you need will come to you, naturally, and often in greater measure than you expected. This is the core teaching of Master CHEON Gong's Zhongbeop, right law. Life follows the law of nature, and nature always supports those who live with truth and purpose. This is the story based on the above articles. Short story: the day money disappeared. The city was always busy, people rushing through towering buildings, neon signs blinking, taxis honking, and endless traffic. But this city had one strange rule: money flows based on the quality of your mindset. In this place, money gathered around those who lived with purpose and compassion. But for those who only chased money, it slipped through their fingers like sand. People didn't question it. It was just how things worked. Jinwoo had been in the city for 3 months. After a failed business in Seoul, he had come here with nothing but regret and a final hope. "This is my last chance," he whispered as he stepped off the train. He quickly realized the city was different. On his first day, he tried to pay for coffee, but his card was declined. Confused, he looked at the message on the screen. "Transaction denied. Your mindset level is too low for financial activity." He scoffed at the idea. Mindset level? What nonsense. But the cashier nodded kindly. In this city, money responds to your inner state, not your bank account. Jinwoo began to observe more. He saw that a janitor working tirelessly still struggled financially, while a grandmother who simply took long walks and chatted with neighbors seemed well off and serene. One day, he spotted a man sitting under a tree, offering tea and books to strangers and listening to their stories. With no fee, no name, no agenda, Jinwoo asked him, "How do you live if you're not making any money?" The man smiled. "I don't make money. Money comes to me." That phrase stuck in his mind. Jinwoo started to question everything. Have I only been chasing money my whole life? What have I really built? One day, he brought coffee to the security guard in his building, a quiet, older man. They talked. The guard shared how he'd worked hard his whole life just to survive. "I'm still struggling," he said. "Even now?" Jinwoo listened. Every day they talked a little more. And then, something strange happened. His phone pinged with a notification. Mindset level increased. You comforted someone through meaningful conversation. Later that day, money appeared in his digital wallet. Not from a job, not from a client. Just appeared. He didn't know where it came from, but he understood why it came. Because he had stopped chasing and started living with intention. From that day on, Jinwoo helped others, not as a job, but because it felt right. He shared his books. He listened. He guided. And the city responded. Support came from unexpected places. People offered help, invitations, and eventually, even opportunities. A year later, Jinwoo was back at that same cafe, this time as the new owner. Not because he had worked harder than anyone else, but because his life had aligned with purpose, and the city had opened doors for him. Now he understood, money doesn't follow effort. It follows purpose. Author's note. This story is inspired by Master CHEON Gong's teaching. As your mindset grows, the right opportunities and support naturally follow. When you live only to survive, life will feel like a struggle. But when you raise the quality of your thoughts and live for something greater than yourself, life changes. So don't ask, how can I earn more? Ask instead, how can I become more? That's when life begins to truly support you. What do you think real wealth is? Let us know in the comments. Have you ever experienced a moment when help or abundance came just at the right time? Share your story below. If this message resonates with you, tag someone who needs to hear it today.